basically, I want to spread my values.
These disciples that you have, what's the benchmark for converted?
The benchmark be converted to accept the texts I give them, to practice astral projection, to cause chaos in our daily lives.
Do they have to have sex with you?
No.
All right, I was just checking.
This call is being routed by Google. The cost of this call is 10 cents per minute.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
Dan.
Dan, where are you calling me from? This is a crazy number.
Oh, I'm calling from an undisclosed location in Asia.
You're in Asia right now?
Yes.
You sound, European.
Yeah, I kind of have family from there.
Oh, okay. All right, so you are a European in an undisclosed part of Asia. Well, all right, now that that's out of the way, what's up, Dan? How can I get you today? What do you want to talk about?
Well, there was a time I got declared a prophet wildly incarcerated.
You got declared a prophet while incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay. The floor is yours, Dan.
Well, how do I say this? I don't know how much of a story I could tell about it, but basically I went homeless. I got detained because of lack of papers and so on. I ended up almost got deported, but then they got sent to. But then while I was in jail and stuff like that, I started talking about the occult, and I would do divinations for the other inmates.
You started a cult while in jail.
Oh no, I would talk about the occult.
You talked about the occult. What's the occult?
Like I would talk about ghosts, religion, spirituality, mysticism, politics, philosophy, stuff like that.
Were you doing that? Were you stirring up occult stuff just to fuck around, or because you were trying to do something?
Because I was bored as heck.
All right, so you're just fucking around.
Yeah, but not fucking around. I'm genuinely interested in these topics, which is why I was talking about them while in jail.
Well, can I ask you why you were in jail?
Oh yeah, basically I went homeless and I did not get any I basically almost got deported and I got in a dispute with someone.
You got in a dispute with someone?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It's your business. It's your life. But
yeah, I'm not gonna say that. But it's because of that and because of the lack of papers.
Oh, okay. How long were you incarcerated for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. And so you're incarcerated was this in Asia or Europe?
Asia.
All right. So you're incarcerated in an undisclosed place in Asia, not North Korea, because that would have been longer than 2 weeks. So we narrowed it down a little bit. And you're in jail, and you're like, it'd be fun right now is to start riling up the inmates by talking about aliens and shit. So you're giving speeches, you're standing on a soapbox, you're talking about the occult, and then what happens?
Well, long story short, this rich kid and this, to give you an idea of the other inmates, there was this gangster, there was this rich kid, there was this army dude on drug charges, there was this, what else? I can't remember all of them. There was this thief, and there was, I can't remember all of them, but basically 2 of them declared me a prophet after I did some divination for them, where I rolled dice to foretell the futures. And what else? So it's been a while.
So you rolled the dice, and you predicted what the dice would land on.
Yeah, basically one of the inmates got out quickly, so that kind of added fuel to the fire of my reputation, to speak. and
Okay.
and then I'm having trouble remembering what else happened. There was something else.
Do you believe that you are a prophet?
Honestly, no. I'm a magician, I guess.
You're a magician. Okay. That's honestly better than being a prophet. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like magicians make more money than prophets. Like every
Well, it's not
prophet.
about the money for me. It's just about the adventures, the experience.
I know it's not about the money. I know nobody gets into magic for the money. I'm just saying there's more magicians doing residencies in Las Vegas than there are prophets.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Well, okay. So what do you? So this was a long. How long ago was this?
This was during this was 2 years back.
And are you still homeless?
Oh no, I've been homeless 2 or 3 times since then, but I'm currently not homeless.
Okay, good, man. What do you how's life?
Life's been pretty good. I'm just figuring out what to do, like where to take my direction in my life. I have my goals. It's just a matter of finding out how to get there.
Tell me what the goals are.
Well, basically, I want to spread my values. I want to help those who help me. I want to hurt those who hurt me. And I want to find a place of my own, find a place where they call home,
Okay. Some of those sounded a little prophet-y, which is good. I think I guess it's good. Is undisclosed location in Asia not your home?
It is my home, but doesn't feel like my home, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. What do you do for work now?
Right now, I just do odd jobs.
Do you have friends and family in this undisclosed place in Asia?
Yep.
Okay. And are they people you met when you moved there, or are they folks who also came from whatever European country you came from?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Cool. So, all right, you want to help those who helped you, hurt those who hurt you, and spread your message.
Pretty much.
Find a home. Okay. What ideas have you came up with for how you want to do this? What vehicles will these desires, take?
Well, I tried talking to people one-on-one on the street, and I managed to convert 5 people that way. And like a couple times, I tried to organize a haunted house tour, and tried to organize a UFO sighting group. That hasn't worked out, and the last time I tried a chest in the wilderness. Like we organized a camping trip in the wilderness, and I tried to do a ritual, and that didn't end up well.
Have you tried doing like Airbnb experience or Groupon or something where it's like, get converted to an occult? I feel like that's an experience people would sign up for on those websites.
Good point. I have to find the equivalent of one in my area. But thank you for the idea.
You said you were What are you converting people to?
To my values.
What are your values?
My values are basically freedom and that's basically it. Just freedom. I want people to have the strength and then to go after what they truly want in life.
Okay.
So many people we don't really ask ourselves what do we truly want in life, whether that be good or bad, neutral, crazy, mundane, whatever it is. You can do it, all of you, including you, as you already know.
I like that message. I'm curious what it has to do with haunted houses.
Oh, basically, it's basically I basically convert them to a spiritual freedom sort of way. But to show them the spiritual freedom, I have to cause paranormal phenomena as best as I can. Does that make sense? So basically, imagine spiritual libertarianism and spiritual anarchy.
Okay, it doesn't make sense, but I want to understand. You need to show people a haunted house to get them to believe in freedom.
I need to show people haunted phenomena, paranormal phenomena in the haunted house to get them to believe in freedom, basically.
Why?
So that to show them like how reality is much more malleable than we think, and to get them to accept the message, accept the value, and to spread that value thereon, and to go after what they want, whatever it is.
I'm going to throw this out there, and I don't want to... You're doing your own thing here. You're spreading your own message. I don't want to, infect your message with my message. I don't want to, step on your toes. But can I offer a thought? And it's okay if you think it's a dick thought, but I just want to offer a thought.
Sure, offer a thought. It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Can people not believe in freedom within like just regular ass reality? Like, why do you... I guess I still don't understand why people need to see paranormal shit to believe that they can do stuff with their lives.
They can believe freedom in regular ass reality. The reason I'm doing that is because I've made freedom or anarchy my religion.
Okay, so freedom is your religion. And so... Alright, so you're doing the prophet thing. Just by showing people... You're the prophet... You're the haunted house prophet.
I guess. Call me prophet, magician, whatever. I'm just doing my thing, I guess.
How many people are following you?
Only five in real life up until now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You have 5, like you would say, with all sincerity, that you have 5 disciples.
Yes, it's pretty. I know it's low numbers, but it's actually pretty heartwarming that they did that. Like if you know the area I was in, which I'm not gonna disclose, you can get into serious trouble for.
No. I don't. Wait, you can get. Hold on, you can get in trouble for having disciples.
For having alternative spirituality, alternative religions.
Are you in China?
Something like that, I guess you could say.
Okay. So these people, they're these disciples that you have. What do they, how are they disciples? Like, what do they give you money? Do they like wear a t-shirt with your face on it? How do they disciple you? How do you tell that they are your disciples? What do they have to do? Do they have to give you their blood? How do they what's the benchmark for converted?
The benchmark be converted to accept the text I give them, to practice astral projection, to basically to cause chaos in our daily lives, stuff like that.
Do they have to have sex with you?
No.
All right, I was just checking. Interesting. Okay, so do you meet up with these 5 disciples ever? Do you have regular meetings?
Yeah, we do. It's not that regular since something happened, but we do have meetings. We do have to talk to each other.
That sounds nice, actually. I like that. That's real community right there.
Yeah, I know, right? Because that's the thing. With freedom, sometimes sometimes you can get pretty lonely. But if you have a group of people talking to each other and like encouraging each other to be free to go after what they truly want, it can help you, right?
Brother, fucking men, dude. Freedom's a double-edged sword because you're right. It is kind of lonely, but it's good to have, it's good to be free with others,
Exactly. And to answer your question, if there's any men, like there's 2 women and 2 men, and third if you include me.
I didn't ask that.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
You're not looking at the chat, are you?
I am looking at the chat.
Okay, can you not look at the chat while we talk?
All right, sorry.
It's okay. That's one of the rules of my religion. It's on the 10 Gek Commandments.
So
you didn't think that was funny, and that's fine.
No, it's fine. It's just fun.
No, it's all right. You don't have to lie to me. Anyway, whatever. So what? Do you guys have a Facebook page? How do we join?
Oh, there's 2 files on piratebay.org that we uploaded.
Say that again.
There's 2 files on piratebay.org that we uploaded.
Okay, so this motherfucker's not on Facebook or Instagram. You're on the Pirate Bay.
Yes.
Okay. And so on Pirate Bay, there are 2 files that we could. Do you want to tell us how to get? I don't want to get you in trouble or, have people crawling up your ass. But I mean, do you want? How do we get them?
Okay, so the name of the files. The first file is Liber Anarchos. The second file is Chronicles of Anarchy. You can find them on Pirate Bay or Scribd or any torrent library site.
Say this again.
But primarily Pirate Bay. It's PDF files, text.
Okay, what's the first one called?
Does that help? So good.
What's the first one called?
Liber Anarchos.
Lebonaka. How do you spell that?
LIBERANARKHOS.
Okay, what's the other one?
The second one is the Chronicles of Anarchy.
Okay, just disclaimer. Therapy Gecko LLC and partners are not responsible for any computer viruses infecting the computers of anyone who decided to download these files. But if you're listening to this and you decide you download these files, let me know what they say, because I'm curious. And while you're there, I mean, you can also, dude, you can torrent any fucking movie too. That's kind of cool. You can have an anarchist manifesto on one page and Breaking Bad on the other window, and have a good night,
A damn good night. Trust me, you'll love the files.
Okay, I'm definitely the way you did an evil laugh after saying you'll love the files makes me think that whoever downloads these is going to get a computer virus. That was a computer virusy evil laugh you just did.
I would be careful, but the files themselves are not viruses. I would be careful when you're on the site.
What do you mean?
My
How so?
recommendation.
What are you careful? Oh, careful like on Pirate Bay, or careful reading the documents? Like, are they gonna
on Pirate Bay?
Okay. I hope someone will do this. Somebody will go in search of the files and like send me a message and be like, "This is what it is." Somebody do that if you're listening to this and you just have no life and nothing else to do. Go download this guy's files on a computer that has no sensitive information on it, and let me know what they say.
The best part is I wasn't even the one who wrote the files.
Who wrote the files?
I have no idea. I just made them my religion after I read them.
Okay. So wait, so you're not even a prophet. You're a disciple, and you have like this. It's a whole pyramid scheme. You have disciples underneath you, but you yourself are a disciple.
Yes. If you want to find out who wrote them, you're gonna have to look it up.
Well, I hope this works out for you, man. I really do.
Thank you. And man, don't worry about it. Whether or not it works out is not the point. The point is if I tried. And dude, kudos to you as well, because you obviously had to put a lot on the line to get to this point. And I salute you for your courage and wearing the Gecko suit, and for doing all this for everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, man. That actually is very sweet of you to say. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know what? You're a charming guy, and I understand why people join your cult.
Thank you. But I hope I also help them to be free, in general in their lives. I hope that. So that's the main thing I'm after,
Dan, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Yes. During my time in prison, I accidentally caused 2 or 3 riots, and they tried to kill me because they thought I was an evil spirit. That's all I want to say. Peace out.
Later, Dan. Shout out to whatever brave soul risks the computer virus to download those files. I'm curious what's on them. Wouldn't it be funny if it was just like Harry Potter or some shit? Now I gotta know. I might just download them. I'm not gonna download them. There's no way. I'm gonna download them. Well, that was fun. That was interesting. I don't know what... I am curious what undisclosed location he lives in. It sounds... It could have been China, I guess? I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. Wouldn't it be... I would be very curious, if somebody eventually reaches out to me and is like, hey, man, I listened to that episode of your podcast where you talked to the guy who was trying to convert people. I downloaded the books off of the Pirate Bay. Everything made perfect sense to me, and now I also live in an undisclosed Asian location. I'm hanging out with this guy, and we're gonna go kill a bunch of people. No, we're having a good time, and yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe this changes someone's life. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for calling, Dan. Hey folks, this is Lyle. I am very excited to announce that I am going back on tour in 2024. To do Therapy Gecko live all across the country. If you've never been to one of my live shows before, they are extremely fun, unpredictable, wild evenings that involve a mix of group Gecko therapy sessions as well as some material and presentations from myself. And if you've been to the show before, I have new presentations and will of course be interviewing new people. If you're a fan of the podcast, you're going to have a great time at the live show, so I hope to see you guys there. Go to therapygeckotour.com or check the link in the episode description for a full list of cities where tickets are available. Also, if you don't see your city on the list of cities, please still click the link and RSVP with your phone number so I can contact you when tickets go on sale for your city, because I'm going to announce a bunch more dates very soon. Geck bless.
Hello?
What's your name, sir?
Mark.
Mark. What's up, Mark?
Not much. In my text, I basically kind of stated, I kind of just wanted to know if kind of the way I'm living is okay and appropriate, or should I more or less come clean and kind of stop?
What is the way you're living? Tell me what that means.
Sure. So, honestly, in my mind, I think I got it great. I'm a stay-at-home dad, take care of my kids, stay at home. I don't try to abuse it too much, considering, I love playing video games, staying up late at night. In fact, I would say I live a dual life. It's like in the daytime, I'm taking care of my kids poorly. I'm more or less lying to my wife every minute, to avoid having a conversation about my habits. And, for instance, she knows I smoke marijuana, but I haven't been sober a day in over 8 years since I've known her. I don't think she knows that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of compounding things that kind of have weighed on me over the past 6 years of our marriage. That, it's like, as I'm deteriorating from, doing drugs and cigarettes, 2 packs a day, all the money that it costs with inflation. It's like, how do I, it's like, should I be changing? But in my mind, I'm selfish because I know I'm living a dream. A lot of, just based off of like the abilities. Like right now, I'm painting in my smoke room in my house that I own. You know, I don't own; she owns it, but it's on my name. I got married.
Why do you say you're taking care of your kids poorly?
Well, because I know that I could put in more effort, but I find myself, you know, putting the TV on. You know, like we could go outside more often. I just kick ass backyard, but I don't want to be outside right now. You know, it's that kind of stuff.
What's your name or whatever name you want to go by?
Mark.
Before,
yeah.
You know, Mark, I'm down to talk with you about all this stuff, but I do feel as though I need to ask you if you've ever talked to a real therapist about this, and if you have, what they've told you.
Not necessarily, no. You know, I had an issue like come up, like a medical issue, and I tried to do like, it was like over coronavirus. It's like 2020, peak 2020, and I wanted to talk to somebody because, and it's gonna sound tough, like suicidal ideation, like the pain was a lot, you know, and like I thought, like, given, because I had insurance finally after, you know, 20 years of working, I had finally decent insurance through marriage, but so I thought, I don't know, might as well give it a try rather than spiral. But it didn't really, you know, after the pain went away, I just said screw it, and I kind of stopped talking to her.
Yeah, that kind of happens. Like you'll be in a really bad spot, and so you'll be talking to your therapist, and then things will get a little bit better, and you'll be like, "Well, I don't ever need to do this ever again." So do you still feel that pain ever, or are you in a better spot?
Oh, I'm in a better spot.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to hear. That's encouraging.
Yeah. And, you know, honestly, like, my life's been up, especially, you know, like,
okay, good.
Single mother life, you know, like, I had to work since I was 16, that kind of stuff. And,
but,
you know,
but the way that
you're
you're
20s, it's tough.
But, and look, by the way, I'm just going to say, like, again, I'm happy to talk to you about this, but the way that, and you should talk to a real therapist to get their perspective on it, because the way that you're talking about all this stuff, you seem very distressed.
How so?
Do you not? I'm just telling you my observation. Do you not agree that you seem kind of stressed?
I'm torn because inside I know how I feel, but I understand what's going on. Does that make sense? Like,
what's
inside? Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm living a dream. You know, it's like.
What's your understanding of when you said I understand what's going on? What's your understanding of what's going on?
Well, for example, I smoke 2 packs a day. I know I shouldn't, but I love it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there are varying degrees of that. So it's like I was saying earlier with my kids. Like, I know I could be a better parent. I had a shitty childhood to a degree. You know, like we all have, more or less. But I don't know, I feel like, you know, as I watch my life pass by, watch my kids grow up, you know, it's like I reflect on all those things where I could have done something or been a little bit better, or maybe not yelled so much or whatever. And like you said, maybe I should talk to somebody. I was hoping, you know, I could work it out through here because, so hold on, allow me. So deep down inside, I don't really care. You know, like I said, I'm living the dream. If I lose 7 years from smoking, so what? You know, and I have an internal battle going on.
So again, I mean, like I said, I'm down to talk to you. I feel as though I should be responsible and tell you I am a dumbass fucking guy in a gecko costume. I am not
you're aware.
an expert on the brain. I just giving you my disclaimer. And I always recommend talking to a professional. Now that I've given you my disclaimer, let's just talk as two guys on the phone here. So this is like a thing, and I kind of get this of like, yeah, I know the various ways, I like know logically the various ways that my life could be better. You know, I could stop smoking pot. I could be a better dad in this way. I could be a better husband in this way. I could be a better person in this way. Of course, I know I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. Of course, I have the knowledge that I could. Of course, that's the easy part. But yet, you're in your head and you're like, well, what's the point? Why?
Yeah,
really
I've lived a certain way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And finding that motivation of why giving a shit about taking care of yourself and giving a shit about these things is a science that I mean, people study it. That's why I do think you should go to see a person. But I mean, anecdotally, me personally, it's a science that I've attempted to figure out as well, because it's hard, man, when you've lost your, like, not will to live, but like your will to improve or whatever. You're like deep in a fog, you know. And let me just throw some shit out there. Anecdotally, I've found that so like when I'm in a fog and I'm thinking to myself, like, why eat healthier? Why go to the gym? Why stop smoking pot? Why just work on my career? Why try to nurture my relationship? Like, why do any of it? Who gives a shit? I found that if I said to myself, let me just take a step forward, let me do something, you kind of do it and you get a little hit of dopamine from that, and then you kind of can turn that into some momentum, right? So like if you go a day without smoking cigarettes and you're like, oh, I actually feel a sense of accomplishment from doing that, and then you kind of build momentum off of that. Or if you say to yourself, I'm gonna turn off the TV, I'm gonna no phones, no computer, no nothing, I'm gonna spend the rest of the day or night looking my children in the eyes, you're like, oh, that actually felt good. No, but here's the thing, and this is, I think I swear to God, I've learned this over and over and over again, and you forget it every time. But when you're in the fog, you have no grasp or understanding of how it feels to be out of the fog. You really don't. Even if you've been out of the fog before. The only way to actually remember what it feels like to be out of the fog is to leave the fog. But yet, it's this weird contradiction, because when you're in the fog, you have no desire to leave the fog. Because you're like, what's the point?
Right.
But then when you leave it for like a sec, when you do one little thing to step out of your fog, and, you go a day without the cigarettes, you take some time to be with your kids, you go for a walk, you put your phone away, you do whatever the thing that you were like, well, what's the point of doing this fucking thing? Then once you do it, you understand the point. You're not going to understand the point before you do it. That's why you're sitting there like, what's the point? Once you do it, you remember the point. So you kind of have to like start building your momentum without the motivation. And then it's like that thing of like action. Like motivation does not precede action. Action precedes motivation. You know what I'm talking about? Does any of this make sense?
I understand this. Okay. It really does. Like.
By the way, I'm talking to you as I'm no six-pack millionaire with a helicopter. All right, I'm doing my fair share of eating pizza for breakfast and whatnot too. So, but this is just how I think about it.
Right. No, it totally makes sense. And like you were saying about the fog, it's. I find myself in the fog, and when I reach out, like, there's no problems, except for the realization that I've created a whole system around me so that I don't get caught, so I don't get in a conversation that leads me to get out of the fog. Besides maybe this conversation and, me talking to myself as I'm standing in a room.
So we were just talking about like, self improvement, motivational bullshit. That's one thing. Now you're talking about like how open do you want to be with your wife? That's another thing.
Do you think you think it's bad that I'm not telling her? That's
well,
really
it's clear.
Is it?
I mean,
well,
it's
part of me feels it, but
well, it's clearly bad just in the sense that we can both see that it's bothering you.
right. But maybe that's in my mind just a consequence of doing something that she wouldn't like if she found out.
How do you think she would react if she found out that you haven't been sober a day in 8 years?
Probably take away access to my money, which is her money. Like I'm truly stay at home. Like I'm dependent. I guess I could go find a job, but so it's like I so there's a little bit more on top of it because like there are consequences that trickle down that make me even more fearful to step out of the fog.
But do you feel like in the... All right, so you guys have you guys have like a traditional situation where like she goes and makes all the money and then you take care of the kids?
Right.
But do you have no sense of like pride or motivation in like, do you have a little thing under your ass that goes like, okay, I've formed this... How long you been with your wife?
7 years.
7 years. It's
7
like,
and a half.
it's like, and here's the thing, especially about having kids, because you kind of, and I don't have kids. I am single and I have no kids. But here's my rant: is like, if you have no kids and You can go do whatever you want with your life. Like, fucking go crazy, smoke weed for 1 billion years, do whatever, live that life. But do you have... You entered this partnership to start a family, and your wife is holding up her part of the deal. And do you have any, like, fire under your ass of being just... Of, like, I gotta hold up my end of this deal?
Well,
and I'm not saying that to you in a sense. I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying that to you for you to, I don't want you to sit here and like beat yourself up and go into a spiral. Okay, it's supposed to be motivating, like let me fucking hold up my end of the deal. My wife's out doing whatever she does. She's working hard.
No.
She's holding up her end of the deal.
I don't have a fire.
Let me hold up my end of the deal.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, like, and it kind of goes back to like me saying earlier, like there's the real me and then the mask. Like I know when I'm wearing the mask, I should, care about these things.
There's no such thing as real. You're not living a double life. You are living your life. There's no double life. There's the there is you are everything. You are all the bad things of your life, and you are all the good things, and they don't negate each other. Some of them interact, some of them don't. It's just your messy life, but there's no two lives. This is just you as a human being in all your good and all your bad.
So I guess when it comes to like, am I able to hold up my share?
Yeah.
No, I'm leechy, unfortunately. Like I'm not saying I don't give in. Like, one of my core tenets is the family. Like this is here. What do you think about this statement? I tell this to a lot of people. I'm done. I won. In terms of my mindset, I've already bred. It's like maybe I can get these kids to breeding age and hopefully get that. But I'm fine. If I die right now, that's my...
Dude. But you're not done.
I know that, but it's hard because there's a part of me that feels that, I gotta get rid of that part of me, I guess. Because you're right.
Why don't you just? What's your name again?
Mark.
First of all, I seriously think you should go talk to a therapist who would have better idea, because I'm a guy in a gecko costume. You should go talk to a real therapist. But I seriously think, like,
Right.
dude, like the fact that you're like, I'm done. I mean,
I mean, I don't want to be like done like
You
now,
can't-
like I'm,
I mean-
you know, but
I
like
mean,
if
dude, you
an
can't.
asteroid hits me, I'm okay with that, as long as my
can't-
kids survive. You know, like, yeah. See, like I can't tell my wife that. You know, I can't have that conversation with her. You know, like, you know, if I get old and my kids can truly understand me, like when they're, you know, beyond like the 4, 5, 6 age and they're more like 8, 9, 10, 11, like, you know, it's like, you're right. I guess I do need to, you know, find like a life coach or something. But like, I've been living like this for well over a decade, you know, just in my mind, living the life.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
like, how
talking
do
to me
I
about
get out
that.
of
You called me. You're talking about this.
Mhm.
You're bothered by it. You give a shit. You can
You know, in the
pretend like
past,
you
like,
don't,
2
but
years,
you
I've been
give a shit. If you
hyping
didn't give a
myself
shit, we
up.
wouldn't be talking right now.
That's very fair.
So, like, dude, I just and again, the reason I don't try not to yell at people or whatever, because I don't. There's no, it's not productive. There's no reason for you to go into a self-hatred spiral. It's not productive for you or your family or anyone. But it's like,
Right.
look, man, like when you wake up tomorrow and you talk to your kids, like put your phone away. Just give yourself a day. Just give yourself a day where you're like, today I am going to hold up my end of the deal. And like, you know, if you really do feel like I've made it, try your best to be grateful for whatever's making you feel that way. If it's your wife who's, you know, going out and working and doing these things, out of gratitude for your wife, you say to yourself, today I'm going to hold up my end of the deal and try to be a good dad. Even if you fail, even if whatever's going on in your addiction brain, you just can't do it. Just if you just try, you might even feel good just trying. You know, that's really all I got for you, I think. I don't know if any of this was helpful, but
I understand.
I hope you wake up tomorrow morning and you're like, okay, today, let me just try to hold up my end of the deal today.
Fair enough. Thanks for talking.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Take care of the AI that we're all going to raise very soon. Have a great day.
Later on, dog. Sooner or later, our children won't need parents because we can just, dude. You'll literally. This is actually kind of crazy. You'll probably be able to just like buy a nanny bot like from the fucking Jetsons, and the nanny bot will just raise your kid for you. And the crazy thing. Let me talk about AI for a second, just because he brought it up. Here's the thing: AI, it is like it is sometimes, in some situations, it's smarter than people. Like AI is a better therapist than several therapists that I've been to in the past. It's like objective. It's level. Like I'll talk to ChatGPT sometimes, and I've talked to ChatGPT enough that I'm like, you know what? If I did die, or had to, you know, go away for a while, I'd let ChatGPT take care of my kids. Like, it's kind of more dependent. It's like self-driving cars. Like, I trust self-driving cars more than like a stoned 16-year-old on the road, right? I think I actually would trust an AI nanny. Anyway, what were we just talking about? Oh yeah, that guy. I hope that bro, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that guy's gonna fix all that. Is it crazy? I don't know if it's brain chemistry or what the hell it is, but I hope he tries, man. Because that thing about the fog is real. I've experienced it. I actually feel, because like I feel out of the fog right now because I'm caffeinated and I'm dressed and I'm talking to people. But dear Lord, I've hung out in the fog, and when you're in it, it doesn't feel like anything else exists. So, I as a person who in this very moment, and it changes moment to moment. You can be in the fog 1 hour and not in the next, but in this very moment, as I feel out of the fog, I will be conscious of what it feels like and try to take it with me next time I feel in the fog. Anyway, yeah, I would let ChatGPT raise my son.
Call from Izzy.
Hello?
No freaking way.
What's up?
Is this the real therapy Gecko?
This is Gecko. How is your life going, Izzy?
I have called like hundreds of times.
And here we are on the 101th. It just goes to show that persistence is yeah. What's up, Izzy? How's it going?
I don't know. I've always like thought about this moment. I was like, what will I say if he ever answers it? Now I don't know what to say.
So I'm going to give some context of where I'm at right now. I'm recording this at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because I'm going to Thailand in about like 8 hours or something, and it's like 12 hours. Like the time difference is like reversed. So I'm trying to pull an all-nighter, and I was like, well, how do I do that? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll stream. But here's another thing: is when I record these podcasts, typically I aim to have my brain functioning at, as close to, my brain never really functions at 100%, but, the closer I can get to 100%, the better, I would say. But right now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to say I'm at a good, oh my God, I'm going to say I'm at a 60%. I actually feel pretty good right now. I drank a Celsius, shout out Celsius. I drank a Celsius right before I started doing this. So if you ever wanted to know what it's like to drink 200 milligrams of caffeine at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll let you guys know. You'll know by just listening to my voice, I guess. That's where I'm at. Where are you at, Izzy?
I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
It's about 1. It's gonna go to bed, and then I was like, he's live. This is my chance.
I'm not on the speakerphone, am I?
No.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. What are you doing up so late, Izzy?
Well, like you, I drank a Celsius pretty late in the day because I was working, and now I just can't sleep.
How late in the day did you drink it?
I would say about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, yeah, they get you. What made you want to drink a Celsius at 5 o'clock?
Well, I work in HR, and today was a very long day of policies. That's super fun stuff, and it just drains you.
What's the worst HR situation you've encountered in your years of working HR?
So, okay, funny story. I work with my mother in the same company. And so I'm on the HR team of the same company that she works in. And she complained to me about a situation that was happening on her team. And then I had to go to my boss and be like, so my mom told me, because I also live at home with her. So I was like, my mom told me this at home. I hate to snitch, but they're breaking policy. So then I had to be a whole case open. Luckily, I didn't have to investigate it myself, but that was pretty crazy.
So did your mom get you the job, or did you get your mom the job, or was it just kind of kismet that you both winded up at the same place?
So she works in a different part of the organization than me, and she made the introduction, and I had to go through the whole interview process. I think there was definitely a little bit of nepotism, but I like to tell myself, that she was really blown away by me.
Nep it up. That's what I say.
Oh, really?
Why not? Why not? If your dad's the president, then I think you should get to be the president too. There was a guy who did that. There was a guy that, like George W. Bush. Is it George W. or George H.W.? Who's the son?
I don't know the presidents.
He napped harder than anyone's ever napped before, because he had a genius thought. I have no idea what I'm talking about. By the way, it's 2:00 in the morning. He was like, "Yo, my dad was the president. Why don't I just fucking go be the president?" And some people think that's a bad idea. That's like from when there were kings and stuff, and the king would have a son, and the son was automatically the next king, whether or not he was going to be a shitty king. But he was like, "Yo, they did that once. Why don't we just do it again? I'll just be the president because my dad was the president." Again, I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, but I say nap. If you can nap. If your dad, writes. If your dad is George Lucas, fucking go star in the next Star Wars. Why not? Just do it. I mean, my dad. Well, my dad's a bankruptcy lawyer, and my mom is also a lawyer, and so they got me this job, being a fake therapist Gecko. No, they didn't. I napped a little bit. I had a job working for my dad's law firm YouTube channel, where I would edit videos for him. So my dad, I guess he got me my first editing job at his law firm. So I napped. Go ahead and nap. Why not?
Yeah, but napping's
Nap
for
it
real.
up.
Getting me places.
So what do you want to do with your life, dude?
I don't know, man. I just turned 21 and graduated college, and I just am in that phase where there's some people having babies, some people getting married, and I just got to drink legally, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Who the hell's... You're 21, you said?
Yeah.
Who the hell's having babies at 21? That sounds awful.
So many people. There's so many people. The people that you think shouldn't have babies are always the ones popping them out.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think, having a kid at 21 is probably not a good idea. But what the fuck do I know about how other people should live their lives? I really mean that. I really do. Are you saying that you want to have a child?
Oh God, no! Not right now. God, no. Yeah.
What do you hope for the future?
I hope to own a couple goats and some cows.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think that's what I'd be happy doing for the rest of my life.
How much is a goat?
I have no clue.
Well, that's the thing is you. Okay, so you want one goat and I want, if I could just do something with you right now to, I feel like I want you to get something out of this phone call. Why don't we, this is how I think you got to make your goals defined and actual, right? So, let's get into it. What do you want? You want one goat, two goats? How many goats?
I would say two goats because I think they get lonely, so you have to have two.
All right, two goats. And how many cows?
I would say one because they're kind of big. I don't know if I can really do two of them.
Do cows not get lonely?
They might, but they'll have me, so I'll
all
be
right,
their
so
friend. Two
goats, one cow, and then where are you going to put these motherfuckers? Do you have a house?
Well, I live in the Midwest, and there's a lot of land over here, so I just figured I'd pick something up and build a shed.
All right, I'm going on Google right now. How much is a goat? All right. The price of a goat can vary from $75. Bro, you can get a goat for $400.
I can buy so many goats.
All right, so 800. All right, hey, hold on. Wait, Izzy, I know you're joking around, but I'm being dead serious about this right now. I really am. Because you're telling me this is your life dream, and I'm sitting here, I'm on the computer Googling how much goats are, and I want this to be a thing where you realize that you actually can achieve your dream by only saving, all right. Are you with me on this?
I am with you on it.
Okay,
this is
all right,
sounding
all
more
right.
realistic as it goes.
All right, so you need $800 to get 2 goats. All right, how much is a cow? Cow's a little more expensive. Cow is $900. So you need to save $1,700 to achieve your life's goal.
That's crazy.
That's
I can
crazy.
Do that.
You could do that. See, you could see. This is the thing. Everyone thinks that their goals are out of reach, but no one takes the time to Google them. So
I just need to Google more.
well, Izzy, you said your name was?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Can you give me a name? I know you give everyone names because you forget them, and then you remembered mine, and I was kind of let down by that. So I would like you to give me a name if possible.
No, I'm not going to give you a name. I remembered your name.
Dang. It's the one time.
I feel like, well, is there anything you wanted to actually talk about?
No, I never thought you'd actually answer, so I never, prepared anything to talk about. So this is just, my goal. This is a goal. It's been completed now, so thank you.
Well, all right. $1,700 between you and your goal. All you got, you can save that with your,
Easy.
HR neppy money. You can get there.
Definitely.
All right. Send me a picture of the goat, or don't. I don't have enough space. I don't have a lot of space on my phone anymore. I've been saving too many. I've been downloading a lot of games, so I don't have any space on my phone. So actually, don't send me a picture of the goat. Izzy, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Go buy more goats.
Take care, dog.
Bye-bye.
Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode, but get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right, an entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode. Well, what the hell's up, man? What's going on?
Well, did you get my text? Mm-hmm.
Fuck the text. We're talking right now. We don't need to text.
All right, man. Well, I work with people who are blind, and, it's all good.
Wait, okay, I know I just said fuck the text, but in the text you said that you were blind. But now you're saying okay. I thought you just worked with people I thought you were saying that you merely worked with people who were blind.
I do.
You are literally the blind leading the blind.
Yes.
That's funny.
In a weird, kind of fucked up type of way.
If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.